this fucking year over with.
2021, Sarah.
Wow.
We
well,
survived.
You know what? We did, barely. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It doesn't count. It's kind of like one of those things that close only counts in like horseshoes and hand grenades. So, like, you either survived or you didn't. So we're all good. Yes.
It's like a gap year.
Yeah. Just don't count it.
No,
it felt
yeah.
like everything was on pause.
Yeah, we shouldn't even count our birthdays. Like, that whole year doesn't count.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Of course, I was thinking about this because I got a Cameo request from somebody who said that their girlfriend was celebrating like 20, like something, but she didn't want to be that old, so she's doing like her 21st birthday all over again.
Okay.
And at first I was like, yeah, let's just like celebrate that one all over again forever.
Yeah.
And then I thought about it and I'm like, I can't wait to be old.
Aww.
Like, I think I like am, I mean, I'm not like, for lack of, this is kind of no pun intended, dying to be old.
Yeah, right.
But I feel like I am going to I have embraced the wisdom that comes with age. And, like a couple gray hairs, like, okay, whatever.
I really like that you have that attitude.
Yeah. I'm like okay about it.
When I dated Tim Beggy, he would always say, I can't wait to be an old man. Like, that was his goal in life. And that's a pretty good goal, to, like, not die and make it
That's
to
a
whatever.
great goal.
But
Yes.
it really does. It's a nice way to celebrate aging, which sometimes is fraught with depression, which, by the way, it's episode 480.
That sounds like an old episode.
But you reminded me when you said you got a Cameo request. Please tell me you saw the viral video of Smokey Robinson's Cameo.
No!
Oh, it's a real delight. Oh, my God. I love it so much. So this guy got his mom a cameo of Smokey Robinson, and apparently she had grown up on Smokey's street growing up. So when you play the video, though, like, he's like, oh, okay, so it's good to see you again. Good to hear from you. And your son wanted me to wish you a happy Chanukah. But he meant Hanukkah with a C. And he goes, I don't know what Chanukah is, but I hope you have a happy Chanukah. And he kept saying it. It was
my goodness.
Delightful.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it was an honest mistake. He wasn't being offensive, but he had
Right.
just never seen it spelled that way.
I wonder if he got 5 stars or 4 stars for that one.
Have you gotten any 4 stars?
Yes, I did. Because
That is so rude.
Here's why. They were like, I loved it, but I have to give you 4 stars because you pronounced, like, I pronounced the name like Julie instead of Julia.
Stop.
Or something. And I certainly didn't mean to. And you know what? I think they have it are like do-overs. Like, you can request, because I did something on one of them where I said it was from, like, a girlfriend, but it was a boyfriend or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like a wife, but it was something like that.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we, like, do you mind just doing it? And
my
you get
God.
like a do-over. So I was like, I would have done it over. No problem. Like, you get to check them first. And I felt so bad. I was like,
Did the 4-star really bother you? The fact that your stars were affected?
It did at first, but it wasn't about quality. It was about, like you said, like an honest mistake.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were like, this didn't live up to my expectation. That would be crushing. They were like, no, I loved this. I just wish you said my name right. And that is fair.
I truly did not know that they had a place where you could be held accountable like that on Cameo.
Well, I mean, they've got, like,
reviews.
I'm sure. Yeah, they got reviews, and
God.
people are so nice on there for, mine.
What do most people want? Is it a happy birthday usually, or just...
Oh, you know what I get? I get a lot of, too, are pep talks.
Oh, my God.
And they'll give me the situation, like, medical people who work in the medical field, like nurses, their husband will be like, or wife will be like, hey, I just want to, like, get this for my partner who's, out there, like, just dealing with a lot of stuff, or my partner just had a baby and I just want to tell her how amazing she is and she needs just a little pep talk, or like, doesn't this year suck? Can you like give him a few words of inspiration? I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
it's
adorable.
I love doing that.
I love that.
And they get to like write a little bit about like what the situation is, and like, I love a pep talk, and I freaking mean every one of them from the bottom of my heart and make it personal, and it's so fun. I just hope, I love it.
I listened to a New York Times podcast episode about Cameo because the title of it was something like, for people who are more famous than rich, Cameo, blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, that's an interesting idea. And they were saying how Brian Baumgartner, the Kevin on The Office, is their top performer on Cameo. And he made $1 million last year. Which is amazing.
Oh my God! Well, I am not making. Hey, come check out my Cameo.
Right. Yes, book Sarah for all your pep talks. And they were saying how, people like, let's say, the soup Nazi from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
This is a guy who did one episode of Seinfeld and then has to hear "No soup for you" for the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah.
And Cameo provides him with a way to monetize his notoriety, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't even think about it that's like, us, we host podcasts, we get stopped in the street and, or people watch the show and that, you have this like person that was on there who maybe you like connected with and you felt like, like I watch reality TV and I'm like, oh my God, I see myself in them. I would love a message from,
and like
whoever.
They were pointing out how these people, let's say the soup Nazi, let's keep going with that. He could go to maybe like Comic-Con and sell pictures and autographs and, be okay. But this allows them to do it every day from their house. Yeah. And I'm happy that it lets them make money off of something that they experience the downside of all the time, being on the street and having people yell dumb stuff at you.
Ugh.
Because they were saying that, like, particularly for nostalgic talent, whether it's like an aging athlete or somebody that was just on one episode of a show, this kind of helps them make some money.
And the people who request it are people who really like that person.
Right. And they're thrilled.
You don't get the ones who are saying the mean things. You get the ones who are like saying good stuff.
Well, the interviewer said, well, does it bother you? She was talking to the guy that created Cameo. She's like, what about the people that you buy a Cameo from and it's really like a goof? Like you're doing it because they're kind of a loser and you're just buying the Cameo because it's like a joke with someone. And he's like, well, it's just great that they can monetize their fame. So who cares, really?
And I'm trying to think of a situation where, like, even if you were that, like...
Well, let me ask you this. Do you get to decide, like, let's say someone says, Sarah, can you do me a Cameo where you say, I love Donald Trump?
Yeah. I would be
you
like,
could say no.
You just let it expire.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes I like just forget and they expire, but that's only happened like one time. So
I'm giving
but
you
then
4
I'll do a
stars
do-over for free. No, you like that. It's almost like you have like a certain amount of time to do them in.
Yeah,
I don't know how it works on the other end, but you have a certain amount of time to do them in, and then if not, you just give them like a freebie. Or you get like, I don't know, some kind of like, I don't know, maybe a mark against you or something like that.
Is so
I just make sure that I get them all done because it gives you like this is how many
of these
like,
are you doing?
I would say like one a day.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool.
I think it's just busy because it's the holiday season.
Are they asking you to say Merry Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
Happy Hanukkah. Or, Chanukah. But I pronounced it right. So 5 stars.
Chanukah. See, it's still
and
funny
I'll tell jokes, Like, I think it was Greg,
yeah.
one of Greg's friends. Shout out to Greg. One of his friends got him one, and I, like, told some jokes on there that I thought were pretty funny.
That is great. Yeah, you're good for stuff like that.
I mean, I love it. You get me I'm going to, like, make it good. I'm going to, like, bring my party hat and that kind of stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what I love, and that is getting hydrated with Liquid IV.
Yes.
I bet you, I don't know what you people did for New Year's Eve, but, I had a few drinks. And this
when you start for like in the morning, it's important to like stay hydrated throughout the day. And then, like I say, you got to like start ahead. So you need to like pregame with the water and the hydration packets.
Well, that's
I'll remember that for next year.
That's right. You have to have a plan, which I do. If I'm going to imbibe, then I got to make sure, I don't get a case of the 40s the next day.
Yeah.
And 2020 was rough. So it's time to clean the slate, start 2021 off on the right foot, take care of yourself. They have an energizing one that's like drinking 2 cups of coffee, just one of their powdered sticks if you put it in your drink. And so it'll give you that energy, or you can just do the hydration. It has vitamins in it. It'll hydrate you super fast as opposed to just drinking water. And they just taste good and are so handy to have around. I told you I bought like a gazillion for Adam, and he was like, I think I overdid it. And he's like, no, you didn't.
No,
because we go through them
You're
so fast.
You're always going to use that.
Yeah, you can keep them in your bag, your car. They're great for kids who are constantly running around. Liquid IV is available nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code CANDY at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code CANDY at liquidiv.com. Start fueling your adventure today at liquidiv.com, promo code CANDY. And I know people like make resolutions, so if you're working out at the gym, that's another good... Or I guess people aren't going to the gym, wherever you're working out.
No, working out, I work out my house. I do that.
That's right.
And
you still got to hydrate.
One of my resolutions, not resolutions because I don't really make those. And I started this before New Year's because I feel like then it doesn't feel like you're
right. It's like
starting something fresh.
Yeah.
It's kind of been part
Less
of that 12-week program I was doing. So like developing new habits. So now I have a permanent daily checklist of like the things that I have to do to be a human.
Yeah.
And I did it, I like made it out of like vinyl with my Cricut like machine cutter and everything. And then I put it on my whiteboard. So it's like, and then I just, and it has like a tally, like little lines and graphs and little boxes for each day. So I can like check it off. It's basically like a grown-up chore chart. And it's so legit.
Do you feel good about it?
So good.
Yeah.
Oh like my God. Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, I am like, well, you know why? Because it's the thing that worked, that like finally worked to get me to have a routine.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like taking part of this program and having some like, support and like really focusing on that and doing like a mind body thing and like then creating or like really creating and focusing on a system. Cause I was really like, okay, Sarah, come on.
Yeah.
You can drink 2 bottles of water a day. Let's do this. Like simple shit. So I feel like I'm off to a really like not like a good start. Like it's the first week and I'm excited. Like I feel like I can maintain this throughout the year.
That's so good. I love it.
/forevs. So I'm feeling but I said this about 2020. So
that
was like,
unusual situation. And it's continuing. Let's face it, 2021 is probably going to look very similar to 2020 for a while. So control what you can. And you can drink water.
Oh my gosh. That's what we were even talking about.
Or liquid IV or whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. I like your idea. Do you have any other sort of things you want to do for the new year, or are you just going with the flow?
It's going to be a year of grounding.
Okay.
So I
put some roots down.
Yes. So, like Ren and I are looking around for a house. I mean, just to rent right now because, who's can buy anything in these crazy times.
Yeah.
So just like an actual house, with walls that won't be leaking anybody else's garbage water down onto us.
Yes.
And, I think that and having like a backyard with grass is going to be a game changer.
Oh my God. You need outdoor space. My God, if anyone does.
My feet have not been on grass, like barefoot grass. I'd say I get that in 2020. I would
probably
say,
the last time you were at my house.
Yeah, maybe 12 times.
Oh my God.
That's it.
That's got to change because that's important to you.
Yeah, really important. And people are probably like, what? There are probably parks. Yeah, but like I see my dog pee everywhere on that park. So I ain't taking my shoes off and going for a little frolic around there. So.
Yeah, she's not running through that meadow.
No.
Yeah.
So I think that will be, it'll be like the year of grounding and, just kind of like routine.
Yeah. Well, because I like the play on words, too, because, like, when you're grounded, that means you have to stay home and you have to handle your shit. Yeah.
Oh, Suze.
So it's like both. Mm-hmm.
I love this. That is good. That is like vision board, inspiration theme material.
Yeah. Right? Are you going to make a vision board or are you just
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Shout out to my friend Sarah Cunningham who is going to be making vision boards with me.
Oh, you're going to do like a little joint effort? Okay.
Yes.
Cute.
Yes. I love that.
All right. Let's see what I'm going to talk to you about today. Oh, one thing I am doing in 2021 that I don't know if like enrollment is still open, but my friend Science Mike, he is doing this program called the Overview Program. And he named it after when astronauts go to space and they see the Earth from outer space and how they have to take, it's called the Overview Effect because it changes their whole worldview, mindset. Everything shifts in their brain and they have to be like, what's that word where you like get somethinged? Anyway,
like deprogrammed?
Kind of like they have to be brought back to Earth, literally and figuratively, and sort of given tools to handle that experience. And
I need to know more about that.
Yeah. So he called his program the Overview Program, and it's designed to use cognitive and behavioral psychology and behavioral economics to help you. And it's not therapy, but he says it's a good complement to therapy. So it's just about self-improvement and stuff. And I just think it would be a great thing for anyone. And he has COVID pricing. So if you've experienced hardship, you can do it for less than half of the regular price. It's great.
Hell yeah. What I'm hearing between that and the program I did is that this is like we're investing in the like intangible stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's so important.
Yeah, I wanted to improve my interior life and
your interior life. That's a good way to put it.
But then as a means to be of service to others. I don't want it just, I'm going to get a massage for self-care. No, I want this to be about betterment for me and other people in the world.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's what we need. It's like the evolution of the species right there.
Right? Because when I look around and I see a lot of people who I'm like, wow, you're a total moron. Like, the anti-maskers and stuff.
Oh, I know.
Well, someone's got to be evolving here, and it sure as hell ain't them.
All right. Oh, my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're kicking it off to a good start. I like that.
Yeah.
And I feel fresh.
Who knows what 2021 will bring? We learned that the hard way last year, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. This is just a little tiny story that I thought was funny. There was this billionaire who I'd never heard of named Bill Gross, and he got in a fight with one of his neighbors. They have this Bill Gross guy has a sculpture, and he had like a net over it to protect it from the elements, which sounds annoying to begin with. Yeah. And his neighbors were like, dude, it's blocking our view. Like, you suck. Uh-huh. And if you live next door to a billionaire, you're probably in that same category. So who knows who the bad guy is here. But
Yeah.
Bill Gross and his wife decided to start blasting the Gilligan's Island theme song to annoy them. Oh. And so they're in court right now, and Bill had to say, oh, no, we weren't doing it to torture them. Like, the Gilligan's Island theme song is special to me and my wife. That's why we were playing it. Like, he's pretending.
What a freaking liar.
Right?
What
if
a liar.
It was special to you. Now sit right down and we'll hear it.
Oh my God. In that case, he needs to, like, let's put it in your headphones and blast it for you for a week straight.
Right. Just because it's special to you doesn't mean you can blast it anyway.
Yeah. What the heck? And what a lie. Don't, like, the judge had to have been like, okay. All right.
But what if it really is? What if it was like their first dance was to the Gilligan's Island theme song?
I would love to see that dance.
A 3-hour tour.
And, like, I feel like it's more of a jig than a dance.
Right. What if they did like Irish dancing?
She's definitely lifting up for her dress just so you can see the footwork in that dance.
Well, and here's hoping she was wearing Rothy's. Am I right?
Yes.
I mean,
definitely.
because then you could forgive all
footwork.
of it. Yeah.
So cute. In fact, that would look adorable with a wedding dress because they come in all those bright colors.
Well, that's
now
true.
That I think of it, and you know, like how fun it is to have like comfy, shoes.
Well, that's
for those
like
days,
your super secret shoe. That's a good point about how brides do that.
Yeah,
they just wear
and
like
those beautiful
comfy
white
shoes.
ones. Like you have that stay clean for forever. Oh my God! And then you could have your look, I'm getting ideas. So
Rothy's is amazing. They have tons of colors and prints and patterns. They have children's sizes, but I just love that you can wash them and they're sustainable. They're made out of plastic water bottles, but you'd never know it because they're adorable. And then they come very, very clean in the washer. And now they have bags as well. And that's exciting because, as I said, they're sustainable. So their cost per wear is incredible. They last years and years and years. Check out all the amazing shoes, bags, and masks available right now at rothys.com/braincandy. That's rothys.com, rothys.com/braincandy. Style and sustainability meet to create your new favorites. Head to rothys.com/braincandy today. You know I'm obsessed with mine. Okay.
Yes, I know.
All right, let's see. What did I want to talk? Oh, last time you talked about spiders, so I have a little bit of a spider story. I mean,
yes.
This was the headline was something about spiders can make their webs in space. And I was like, why do we keep taking things to space? Like, first it was the cookies. Then it was the mice.
Cookies, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Spiders, I can see this.
Oh, okay.
Only because we use their webs for, we don't use them, but like we're studying the.
Yeah.
There's a lot of info with spiders.
But don't you wonder, like,
that shit's crazy.
do they bring little flies and stuff to get caught in their webs there?
Oh my God, good question.
Like, how are these spiders eating, or is it just a starvation exercise?
I mean, or they bring cockroaches like the huntsman spider, and they don't like have to fly around. What if it's like on the foods?
Yeah,
or on the ground? But then they wouldn't do a web.
Okay, well, they wanted to see if the spiders could and would build webs in space, and I can't figure out why they cared, but they were able to collect data comparing weaver webs in space to those on the ground, and they found that the spiders did build differently in space than they do on Earth. But the weird thing was that the webs were only different if they had the lights turned out.
Oh, what?
They were very surprised that when the lights were on, they were able to orient themselves and to build a normal web. But when the lights were off, they were all wonky.
Okay. So
they
when
said
the
that
lights were off. Now, lights were off or like zero light? Like, can spiders usually build
it just
a web?
says lights off.
Because like how much? I don't know. I feel like spiders with all those eyes. Maybe it's just they use any little bit of light and they can see better on Earth. If they're cutting off all of their light,
right.
Then who can build in the? I mean, can they do that on Earth? Is it the same?
Break.
Give them a break. Who could do that? Like, what do we? Is it? I want to know if the darkness is equal that they're replicating. It's got to be.
It said in
obvious,
microgravity,
right?
there would be no forcing function to create the displaced center, and that the spiders hang on Earth facing downward to look for prey, but in space they don't know which way is down.
Yeah.
So they must rely on light to tell them which way is down.
That's what I was thinking. It's like they need other things to orient themselves to what up and down is. But so that means they have a really good sense of gravity. They just need that. But so do we.
They don't have it because if they need light.
Oh.
But the scientists were very surprised. And
also maybe it's because they weigh like nothing.
Because it said they were able to use their vision instead of their sense of gravity to guide their web building.
Okay. So is our sense of gravity good or bad?
This is what I worry about getting buried alive in the snow. Because you know how they say
you're definitely not going to know your way up from down.
So
that's how I
we're
drowned.
Bad at it too. That's how you drowned?
Yeah, like that's how I didn't have enough air to like make it back up and got pulled in by a lifeguard when I was in the ocean one time.
Oh, right.
Because I didn't know which way was up. And I remember swimming what I thought was up, and I was swimming down. And then I learned the follow the bubbles thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And you know what? Now that I thought about the snow thing, you'd have to pee.
Oh. Wait a minute.
Right.
I don't know about that, though, because
because you'd melt the snow, and then it's going to drip down. Right?
Unless you're upside down, and then it will drip on your face.
In which case, you would know you were upside down.
Yeah, you'd be happy.
It drips on your face, and then you just drip in the direction you go.
They don't tell you to do they tell you to spit? Did I make that up?
That's, because my mind went there. Spit. Yeah, you clear out a little space and you spit, and then wherever the spit goes, gravity.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. How do you survive an avalanche?
Well, and while you're looking up, they said that the thing that made it surprising about these spiders is that since they've never been exposed to an environment without gravity in the course of their evolution, it was surprising that, they had a workaround.
They figured it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, but this buried alive thing, I don't know. We don't have enough information. Even the articles you do find, they're kind of like, just hope for the best.
Well, Mental Floss says that you should do these things. One, be a beacon. So just wear and buy an avalanche beacon. Who's going to do that? You're probably not going to do that. That's like best case scenario. Number two, stay on top. So swimming to the top of the avalanche will help avoid being trapped under debris, which is pretty solid advice. So it's basically violently thrashing around so you don't sink. Do whatever you can to stay on top. So almost like you're running and like trying to swim over it. So all of the heavy stuff goes down below you. That's good to do. This one they said maybe easier said than done, but try to keep one arm above your head and just reach for the sky the whole time. And then number 4 is get spitting.
Okay.
It says spitting can save your life. As soon as you stop moving, quickly work an open space in front of your face. And not only will this give you a pocket of room to breathe, it'll give you space to spit. And note where gravity carries your spit so you can dig in the opposite direction. And number 5, fucking right, stay calm.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't write this. This is from mentalfloss.com. But I was like, okay, didn't need that piece of advice. So there you go. There's your little survival techniques. Because now you made me very worried about this and spiders. But freaking A, that's cool, man.
Okay.
Spiders are they're, it's I was going to talk about this a million years ago. I was just talking to Ren about this the other night. And I said, I don't even know enough about how to describe this and like verbalize this concept. But I saw this thread on Twitter that was basically like the hashtag was #everything is crab. Do you see this?
No.
So it's basically all these like science nerds, super cool guys who, me too, who, well, not part of this part, but nerd, who study evolution and the evolution of, any organism and how almost all things evolve to a crab, to have crab features, like at the peak evolution of their, Yeah, and
Why?
like how
what do they
all
have that
things
we
like
don't,
in
besides an exoskeleton?
the things that they have, the way that
And
they've
pinchers.
evolved, like to have one main, like all the features are like the best evolution can get. Kind
What?
of it is what they're arguing. See,
Wow.
again, I don't even have the information.
That's
to
all right.
But they showed how all these different species, like you should be evolving into looking like a more evolved version of whatever that thing is. But multiple ones end up evolving to look like crab
Good for them.
features.
All right, I'm going to look
And
into
so it's
that.
like, are we all? And then there are all these like, sci-fi movies about like aliens and shit that are always like crabs. And I'm always
Yeah.
like, okay, that would make sense. That is like, what species? So check that out. It was like probably a couple
Yes.
months ago that hashtag, but I was like, oh my God. And then all the science behind it was like, yep, it really does. And it gives a list of like what features. So I feel like spider falls like very close in the, like to that,
Oh, okay, you think
in the
they're
crab.
on the same idea. All right.
Yeah, where it's like they can do a whole bunch of shit. They seem like they have superhero powers. You can lose your weapon and regrow a new one.
Yeah, that is pretty
badass.
cool. Yeah, you're right.
You're equipped with a weapon to begin with, like spiders. I mean, come on.
well,
you
yeah,
can
and
build
there's a
trap.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. I mean,
Yeah,
they
there's
must have
no
something
crab
good.
man.
There should be. Crap,
There
man.
should be.
Well, I know one thing that's evolved, and that is vitamins, thanks to Ritual.
Yes.
Hallelujah. I'm so excited because now my favorite vitamin, because they're minty and time released and they don't make me sick, are now available to our little progenies. Our kids can have Ritual vitamins now. And so they're going to get their essential for kids. They'll get all their vitamins, help fill in the gaps in their diets, which, let's face it, my kid used to be such a good eater, and now he's so weird. And, like, it's a lot of bread, Like, when you get down to it, it's just, like, constant bread. Okay.
Yeah.
But, anyway, stay on topic.
All food is one color.
They have a natural citrus berry flavor, and they're convenient. They're gummies. They have a 3-in-1 design that combines
love that.
daily multivitamin, the omega-3, and a good source of fiber, which they definitely need. When it comes to what goes into our kids' bodies, they've got being picky down to a science. That's why Ritual is offering our listeners 10% off during your first 3 months. Visit ritual.com/braincandy to start Ritual or add Essential for Kids today. I always think it's a good sign when my kid will eat or drink anything that is out, because he's, as I said, discerning and picky. So
Yes.
he gives his thumbs up. So we say we love that.
Yes.
All right.
That little kid. He definitely
so-
tells you exactly what
Yeah, he would
how
tell me if it
feels.
was
And
garbage.
he does that thumbs up. Oh my God, that's so cute. Yes.
But he's not little
Yeah.
anymore, Sarah. It's so dumb.
I know. I can't
Yeah, let's
even.
not talk about it. But
I mean, I would love to talk about that for like ever because it's the cutest thing.
I did find out that through this article that children as young as the age of 3 prefer and are drawn to fractals in nature, like the patterns that
Ooh.
you can see on a snowflake or sometimes on or a pine cone.
Honeycombs?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we love symmetry.
Yeah, they thought that fractal patterns might vary across lifespan due to environmental and developmental patterns, but they found that there's a consistent preference across childhood and through adulthood that these aesthetics are pleasing and desirable. I think 3 is so young.
Fractal patterns.
Yeah.
Let me see.
It says that
Yeah. It's a never-ending pattern. Okay, so like they're infinite complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They created by repeating a simple process over and over in an ongoing feedback loop. Oh, cool.
yeah, and you're just
Wow.
drawn to them, and it was saying that these patterns in nature reduce your stress levels significantly.
Oh, wow.
It seems that the kind of stress reduction it comes through your eyeball. It's like a physiological resonance with your eyeball. And
That so really the term it's soothing on the eyes.
yes.
it is actually literal.
Yeah. And it was encouraging the reader to, like, the next time you're on a walk or just outside, actually seek those patterns out. Try to find them, and it will decrease your stress. Isn't that nice?
I love this. I love this so much. See, you know what this reminds me of? It's so cool that we are beginning to, I should say further understand just how complex each individual sense is. Mm-hmm. You know, I feel like this is similar to ASMR.
Oh.
In a way that I can hear certain sounds or I can look at things and they have a response that creates a soothing. It's like freaking Valium. I've never tried Valium, so I imagine it to be soothing. But we're learning each individual sense has a way to, I don't know, like we can use that to calm us or soothe us, and it follows my New Year's goal or my goal of grounding.
Yeah.
Getting into the body.
Well, because you know how they often talk about Robert Sapolsky in that zebra book that you love.
Yeah. Why
talks
zebras
about
don't get ulcers.
how, we as humans, even though we don't have to chase or be chased by lions anymore, we still have that same effect in our bodies when we encounter stress. So, okay, if that's still happening and we still have to deal with the problems of this response, then we ought to have the tools to use the positive responses about relaxation and make it work for you. You know what I mean?
Yes. And now, it really is becoming non-reactive, or being able to, I think back to that episode of, the show I couldn't stop talking about for a million years, the Mind Explained.
Yes.
On Netflix. Mm-hmm. And it talked about, I think it was stress or anxiety, that one, and how monks and pain, and how monks and these people who had spent their whole lives dedicated to meditating and finding this inner peace, they experience the same level of pain. It's just for a shortened amount of time because they don't live in that reactive place where they're waiting for the stress. We have to use the tools to drain. If you think of the stimuli or whatever, whether it's oh my God, I got stuck in traffic. Oh my gosh, I got a parking ticket. Whatever. I'm in the middle of a pandemic. Those kind of triggering things fill up this tank. Tank of hormones that we have inside of us that then trigger, or we're supposed to then use those hormones and all that good stuff to then engage in a response, a proper response, fight or flight, run, that. We're supposed to do something, but if it's not a real threat, not an actual physical threat that we have to run away from, that stuff just sits in that tank. And it has nowhere to go. So that's, and it slowly, without, it drains, but it's drips out.
Right.
But if you have awareness and you realize that you're in control of the valve and you can do things that will drain that tank, that awareness, which what the monks practice, the tank fills to the same level. They just empty it way faster.
How are they doing that?
By utilizing all those skills, by going into, by deep breathing, by listening to sounds, by everything that's those grounding exercises, doing a body scan, practicing mindfulness, which is just being present in the moment. You can't, what am I experiencing right now? Well, right now I'm not experiencing physical pain. By doing that, what you're doing is you're giving your brain new information that tells you, dude, chill the fuck out. You don't have to worry. The threat's not there. There is no lion. We think that there is. And it's can I do anything about it right now? No. Then I don't need to worry. And we just feel can I do anything about it? No. Well, I should still worry about it. And that is the problem. So we have to drain the tank.
I mean, that is a real skill that you have to work on because it just does not
you got to
come
practice
naturally.
it.
Yeah.
They meditate their whole lives.
I know.
That we have to but the thing is people don't realize that they are in control of. It's like, my take is, what am I going to do? And there are times where we just like can't remember that we need help. We need help, somebody to be like, let me teach you how to use this valve, control these valves.
Did I ever tell you about the time I accidentally gave a Buddhist monk meat?
Oh my God, no.
Well,
Can you tell me that story?
There was a Buddhist monk in my doctoral program, and he's just like the nicest person on earth. And he asked me what I was eating for lunch, and I said chili, and he didn't know what that was because he's from Sri Lanka. And so I was like, oh, it's just like tomatoes and beans and blah, blah, blah. And I forgot to say meat, and I really just wasn't thinking. And he was like, can I try some? And so I gave him some. And then days later, I was talking to my friend, Matt, and he was like,
oh, no.
Did you tell him there was meat in there? I'm like, oh, my God. Because they're not allowed to eat meat.
What do you do afterwards?
Nothing. I'm never, ever going to bring it up, ever.
I feel like he would be like, oh, I understand.
Well, he would. And that's the thing is he had already told me that their policy is, because you know how the monks go around with their bowls and they take whatever food is given to them from the town?
Oh, I did not know that.
And that's all that they live on is just whatever food is donated or given to them. And so whatever's in there, they eat. So even if it's something they're not really allowed to eat, like normally, they must do it as a sign of respect.
I mean, yeah. I hate to use this word, but beggars can't be choosers.
Stop it. Oh, God. That's so funny. Well, I'll tell you what's not funny, and that is having great bras. Thanks to Third Love, we are sitting pretty.
Oh, I went through their website. Oh, my goodness. Do they have some beautiful colors this season?
That's what's fun is Third Love bras are beautiful and lovely colors, as Sarah said, and details. But the real kicker is that they feel so comfortable. They have the memory foam cups and the no-slip straps. They have every size imaginable. They have a perfect fit promise. If you don't love it, exchanges and returns are free for 60 days. It's just like this is a new year. 2021 is your time to shine. Focus on what makes you happy, starting with better bras and undies. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering our listeners 20% off your first order. Go to thirdlove.com/brain now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 20% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/brain for 20% off today. Treat your boobs with respect. That's all I ask.
God, they deserve it.
They really do. They work hard for us.
They sure do. Just hanging out right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Give them some
I don't have
Third
ones
Love.
that ever really get in the way, but it is nice for them to look like grown-up, fancy boobies in my nice bra. I'm imagining them right now.
Well, now that I'm back in Pittsburgh, I live near the place where I got my fakers. And I drive past there and I'm like, I can't believe I did that. Like when I really process what goes on, I'm like,
yeah,
I
can't believe it either.
Fake
It's
body
crazy.
parts are weird.
I mean, I'm with you.
It makes no sense.
Because, like, yeah, I don't know. It's just...
Why do we do that? I mean, pretty much any beauty ritual is sort of absurd.
Why do we do, like, tattoos or everything? You know,
Yeah.
I got 2 guns aimed at my... I'm going to have children one day.
Yeah.
They're going to see that. I'm probably going to get those removed. God, it'll hurt
It'll
bad
hurt
there.
so bad on your
Holy
hip.
shit, I'm going to throw up. That's where yours was, huh?
Not on the bone, no.
Oh, fuck.
No,
I'm not.
Near
Those are going to be there for a while. Until there's a new technology that comes out. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, we need someone needs to create the eraser. Although
Yeah.
that
I mean, come on. We are curing like blindness in mice. We're sending spiders to space, and we can't. I'm telling you, there is more money in. Well, actually, I don't know about this whole like military technology or whatever they're doing up there. But I think there's more money in tattoo removal than spider webs in space.
Yeah, that's what I think, Sarah.
I mean...
Right, I'm with you.
But I'm not the inventor.
Do you want to hear about London's taxi graveyard or how Dippin Dots is helping with the vaccine?
Oh, definitely Dippin Dots.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah. Shout out to Dippin Dots. 90s fave.
Do you
Oaks
love
Mall,
Dippin Dots?
1999.
I love... So it's funny to me that Dippin Dots was invented in 1988, and their motto has been the ice cream of the future since 1988. And my brother said, when do you think Dippin Dots will realize the future just ain't coming?
Either they are way ahead of their time. Like, remember there was like that company that was like the iPod before the iPod and people like weren't ready for it?
Yes.
Did you hear about this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like that.
Did you hear about this? Yes, I told you about it on the show.
Oh my gosh. Did you?
Yes.
Well, you know.
That happens to me all the time too.
Episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, so this article was posed at kind of like the way I presented it to you, like how Dippin Dots is helping with the vaccine or whatever. Yeah. But really, I feel like it was just an excuse to talk about Dippin Dots, and that's what it is for me too, because I think Dippin Dots is hilarious.
Okay, let's think of funny things, funnier ways that Dippin Dots could be helping with the pandemic that are not what's written in that article, but would be what I would like to hear.
Okay,
my number one pick is them being the same as the company that was Pretzel Day at the office. And going to the companies like, I don't know, Moderna or wherever, like Allergan or wherever they're making them, and offering Dippin Dots to the scientists as a break.
Right, it's just like a palate cleanser, literally.
Yeah, and like the joy of the future where Dippin Dots can be shared, and we could all reminds the scientists of being at the mall where everybody could walk around without masks, and back when there were malls, and it really is inspiring. That's what the article says, I'm sure.
What did you love about Dippin Dots when you were a kid?
Well, okay, so here's the God's honest truth.
Yeah.
I love the novelty of Dippin Dots, but it was at a time in my life where it's kind of like Jerry Seinfeld's like stand-up when he talks about the candy, and he's like, how do I get candy? I need more candy. I want more candy. I cared about the quantity at that time. Mm-hmm. And I didn't feel like if I had my choice of ice cream places in the mall, I was going, like, this was my one shot. Like, I'm going for what was the ice cream place? Penguin's frozen yogurt or, an Orange Julius because of the size of what I get for my dollar. Wow. I didn't feel like I got enough Dippin Dots for how much money I had to spend on Dippin Dots.
Oh, wait. Did we talk about on the show how Sarah is a frozen yogurt expert?
Yeah.
And she decided it was important for her to teach Lincoln the mechanics and logistics of a proper yogurt.
Oh, no, this is good. Yes,
it is
I did.
Hilarious. So now... when we've gone,
because there's an art to it.
Since she taught him, now he feels like he has to proselytize and impart this information on me. And I don't even eat frozen yogurt. And he goes, Sarah told me that toppings are for rookies. It has to be bottomings.
Oh my God. This is the exact kind of impact I wanted to have on your child. This is what I would like. I wanted him to just go around and be like, Sarah taught me.
Yeah, you have to make them bottomings. I still don't know why this is advantageous.
You invented that, and that was hilarious. So it's great that he's giving... This seems like totally on brand for the podcast. Susie says something hilarious. I re-say it and somehow get credit for it.
Okay, well, I named it, but you are the one that said that that's how it has to be.
Yes, well, because that is how it happens.
Why, though? What is good about that?
Okay, because what happens is if you're going to one of those, build your own, frozen yogurt kind of things where they have those are probably a thing of the past now. I don't know what we're going to do about that. That feels like buffet adjacent.
The ice cream of the past.
Yes. Oh my God. Stop. That's so funny. So what happens if you just do frozen yogurt on the bottom and then your toppings on the top is the best part is the combo of the toppings and the frozen yogurt.
Oh, right.
So
that's it. Okay.
I feel like you got to like end on a good note. So either you're like digging from the side. You want to get like a good balance of toppings to a good ratio.
So you need
topping
toppings,
to ice
then
cream.
Yogurt, then bottomings. To like all both.
Yes.
Okay.
So like you put the toppings, yes. So but like toppings on the bottom of your bowl. So first you put the toppings in your bowl.
Yeah.
Then you put the ice cream on top of those.
And then do you
Frozen
still
yogurt.
add toppings as well?
Yes, you do. So then you are getting an equal, because it's like 2 layers. Unless you're doing a very thin layer of ice cream or frozen yogurt.
Yeah,
who's
right.
doing that?
No, right.
Yeah.
Because your argument is this way, every bite includes a
Yes.
topping.
Yes.
Okay.
I bet I get more people writing in saying thank you for this one than I did for anything else I have spoken about on here. This is going to be the life hack that really, like, you know.
This is what will get us in like the iTunes top 10.
Yes.
The bottomings.
Woo! Here we go.
Okay.
5 stars, guys. If you use this technique, you better go give me a 5
tag
star.
us for Pete's sake.
Yeah. Well, also that. Yes. I would love to see it. Love to see your combo. And tell your kid, and then, oh my God, your kid will go like bananas.
Yeah.
Then it'll be like, which is a topping they could also put on. Bananas.
Okay, let me tell you about Dippin Dots. So,
Oh, yeah, right.
Dippin'
Okay, I
Dots
get so distracted.
got their small bead-like shape from a process called pelletizing. Who knew?
Oh.
And, you know, it's milk, sugar, flavor compounds, and so on, and that are mixed, and then dripped into a chamber brought to negative 320 degrees Fahrenheit, which is incredible, by liquid nitrogen. And then the droplets immediately freeze into beads, and then they move that product to negative 40 degree Fahrenheit freezer with doors that open from the top to prevent heat from entering. And then... So then they had the problem of like, well, how are we going to get this to the stores this cold? Because it has to be like exactly negative 40 degree Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So they had to create what's called, Sarah, a cold chain. A cold chain
what?
of transportation. So it's
A
like,
cold chain.
you know, like you have a truck that can handle.
So they arrive in dot form. That is a very fair question, not a joke or in need of a laugh.
The
Susie?
thing that made me laugh was you saying dot form.
What else? Spherical shape?
Like I would say, so they arrive in balls, but you were really consistent because they're called Dippin' Dots. That's what they are.
Well, yeah, but also, you think I could say balls with a straight face?
Right, which is worse.
So they arrive in balls. There's no way I was going to be able to say that without adding a joke after it.
Form. Mm-hmm.
In dot form.
Correct.
Just to keep it PG over here. Okay, first thing, when you explain the scientific breakdown of that, I'm pretty sure I've paid well over $60 for this same molecular gastronomy at like Jose Andreas's Bazaar in LA.
Oh.
Doesn't that sound like
Yes.
molecular gastronomy that you pay like a shit ton of money for at a restaurant?
You're right, because it's that
This
same
is being
liquid
wasted
nitrogen.
on children who don't appreciate molecular gastronomy. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't either. I don't like that stuff. And to me, it's like, give me, like, again, quantity. Don't really get that.
it's too small.
It's too small. I don't want your, like, grape that's been whatever
Yeah,
they do
we're
to
not
it.
impressed.
Frozen and then, like,
Jose.
whatever. But I'm sure it's
Yeah, but they basically had to create all this technology and all these boxes that you put the dots in for transportation, and that this is also the way that the vaccine is going to be distributed because it must stay very, very, very cold.
My God, I totally forgot that this was connected to the coronavirus.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is freaking cool.
Yeah, they were, I mean, I just can't
Now,
believe.
I wish we were like going to parties and hanging out with people. I mean, I'm definitely not, and so I'm glad we're not, like, because I don't want the spread of anything. But I wish that I was socializing just so I could bring up that that's like such a good icebreaker and like
So to speak.
I know. I was like, oh, I can't help it. Yes, that is such a good, like, hey, you want to know something cool? Because, like we said, I think we were talking about this, how we can't help talking about, a couple episodes ago, like, we get together and, like, what the hell else do we talk about? Then we end up in this, like, anxiety spiral talking about coronavirus stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool to be able to talk about the subject that we're all, that's on the, top of our minds, our front of our, brains, but in a totally positive and different way with a fun story about a history of.
Yeah, and childhood nostalgia.
Yes, that has all the elements of things I like. A+ story.
Right. Thank you.
I can't wait to tell Ren.
It's so impressive to me that we were able to create this vaccine. And
listen, if sports fans can say we about the team winning,
right,
then we can say we about scientists.
Right. Like collectively as a culture, this vaccine came to be in a very fast time frame, and they're having to transport it with all of these logistical concerns. I'm just saying they're heroes, man.
Heroes. It's awesome.
And so are the people that make Dippin Dots, if we're honest.
Yep. They just weren't appreciated in their time. And now, what if we saw like a rise and, man, should I be like investing in Dippin Dots? Is that a thing? Are they? What's going on with
No,
that?
because their sales are down 50% because no one's going to theme parks and stuff.
Oh, theme parks.
Right, but still, thank you, Dippin Dots, for your
it's kind of like the hockey mask companies who started making face masks. You just
you gotta pivot.
Evolve with the times. Pivot. Use your technology. This is why they're always interested in the patents for things on Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Never know what the future utilization will be.
Do you want to wind it down?
Let's wind it down, man. Good episode, sis.
Yeah, let's talk about Sarah's Cameo Chinooka requests.
Yep, available. Let me know. I can give you a pep talk to start your year off right, and make sure you let me know how to pronounce things, or be kind if I mispronounce them.
Then we learned about spiders in space, which I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, spiders are cool. People, I kind of want to know a little bit more about why.
Would you
we're doing
feel
this.
like good about it if it were snakes in space, though? No.
Oh. No.
So, let's
we don't
think
need
about
to be
this.
doing that insane. No. There's nothing they're teaching us.
We learned the key to surviving an avalanche is hawking a loogie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Everything is crab.
Everything is crab, which Google search showed me that it's called the carcinization of things.
That sounds made up.
Convergent evolution in which a crustacean evolves into a crab-like form from a non-crab-like form.
I hope we become crab-like.
That'd be cool. I could take a giant claw on my arm.
And I think we all can thank Sarah for teaching us how to make a yogurt parfait.
Yes. At least Lincoln. I get points with him, which is like what I really care about. And you too could be popular with a 7-year-old.
I know. There's hope for everyone.
Yes.
Well, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah. And if you have any wonderful articles or things you want to share with us, things you're excited about in the new year, send it. Because I found some recently, gone through the archives of cool things you guys have sent me. And I'm finding some great stuff in there. So keep them coming. And
they send good stuff. Keep it coming in 2021. Happy New Year. Let's hope for good things this year. Yay! Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Did you know that everyone has an aura? Do you know what color your aura is? Maybe you have a fiery red personality or a quiet and calm blue or green. You could be an organized and methodical yellow or an explosive purple. Come join me, Mystic Michaela, on my podcast, Know Your Aura, to find out all about how your personality can be explained in colors.